And wherever you're watching from around the world, we are live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria. I am Kelly Egiga. Let's get things started now as we are following developments around the Israel-Hamas war and can now tell you that at least one person has been killed and several others injured after a suspected Israeli strike in southern Lebanon. The overnight strike comes amid increasing tensions between Israel and Hezbollah. According to international media, a multi-story building in the town of Janata was hit by a missile, leading to the injuries of more than 20 people. Several drones were also reported above the building. While Hezbollah attributed the incident to a strike from Israeli fighter jets, the Israeli military has not yet commented on these claims. Well, we have more updates on you on that story in just a moment. We also understand that protesters calling for an end to the war in Gaza are continuing all around the world. Dozens of demonstrators rallied in support of the Palestinian people in Spain on Thursday to demand the Spanish government cut ties with Israel. The protesters set up at least 21 encampments in Barcelona, waving Palestinian flags and banners. Demonstrators are also demanding an immediate ceasefire in the ongoing war and the unconditional release of all remaining hostages. Meanwhile, pro-Israeli protesters also clashed with the demonstrators before the police eventually dispersed the gathering. Thanks indeed for staying with us to other stories now. A quick check on the weather now. A torrential downpour has hit the Romanian capital, Bucharest, turning streets in many parts of the city into lakes. Traffic was suspended for an hour on Thursday night as vehicles and homes grapple with the severe flooding. According to officials, more than 100 streets, 208 houses and 71 cars were flooded. The extreme weather prompted authorities to issue a red warning to residents. Air traffic were also disrupted by the storms. 3 flight attendants were injured because of turbulence during a flight from Bucharest to Hamburg, causing the return of the plane to the Romanian capital, where the flight attendants were taken to a local hospital. And staying with extreme weather conditions, at least 10 people have been killed after heavy flooding and landslides swept across the Himalayan regions of India and Nepal. 6 people were reported dead in India and 4 killed from landslides in neighboring Nepal. The severe downpour also left about 2,400 tourists stranded in the northeastern Indian state of Sikkim. India's meteorological department have warned extreme weather will become more frequent and more intense as the human-caused climate crisis intensifies. Now, South Korean and United States officials are closely monitoring a potential meeting set to take place in North Korea this month between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un. According to South Korea and the US, the diplomatic meeting to deepen military ties would be a breach of United Nations Security Council resolutions, adding that Mr. Putin's visits to North Korea should not result in more military cooperation between Moscow and Pyongyang. Rumors about the trip began earlier this week after Russian media reported that Mr. Putin would visit North Korea and Vietnam in the coming weeks. On Thursday, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov declined to give an update and possible dates for the possible visit, indicating Russia has the right to develop good bilateral relations with neighboring countries, adding it should not be a cause of concern for anyone. A senior Kenyan police officer has been shot dead after he opened fire at a magistrate in court in the capital, Nairobi. The chief inspector opened fire on Makadara Principal Magistrate Monica Kivuti shortly after she made a ruling in a case reportedly involving his wife. The officer is said to have been angered by the court's decision to cancel her bail after she had absconded. The officer, identified as Samson Kipruto, who is in charge of a police station in Londiani in western Kenya, then pulled out a gun and shot the magistrate, injuring her. Other officers in court responded immediately, with one of them shooting the offending policeman and killing him. A police report said in the process 3 other officers were injured. All right, let's stay with this developing story now and cross over live to Kenya, where Kenyan journalist Cyrus Mbati joins us live on the program. Well, Cyrus, thanks indeed for agreeing to speak with us here on Channels TV. I wonder what exactly could be the very, very latest, especially as regards the health condition of those who were injured in this very shocking incident.
Thank you for having me. So what we learned so far is that the market involved and now she's in stable condition in hospital. Today she asked the doctors who are handling the case asked for blood donation to enable her to get some blood transfusion because yesterday she bled so much. Remember, she was shot in the thigh and in the chest, so the bullets were severe. The other 3 cops who are also shot and injured, they're also in stable condition in hospital. Though their condition was that serious because they were shot in one was shot in the eye, but the bullet kind of goes in the eye, another one the hand, another one the leg. So far, the issue that you put it very crazy, it's very shocking to many court users, and authorities are making statements to ensure that they put some kind of confidence among the court users.
I mean, I wonder, Cyrus, is this a common occurrence in Nairobi, Kenya?
I mean, it's a new thing actually, shocking. I should put it very clear because it's the first one to happen in court because we've never seen an situation where a policeman is shooting a magistrate. In the past, you could see maybe an accused person trying to haul or to jump at a magistrate or a judge because of the ruling that was made, but now it's a cop who was involved because we understand his wife has been unwell and she has gone to the court session. Probably because there was a warrant issued against her, and when she came, the master decided to throw her in custody. But maybe it's what angered the cops to do that, but there's no excuse for that. Yeah. Mm.
I mean, because sadly the policeman said to have opened fire on the magistrate is dead. And talk to us about this particular case and perhaps what you may perceive as the motive behind the shooting.
Well, the officer involved in the shooting is married to the accused person, who was Madam Wairimu, who was an accused person whereby she was accused of obtaining 2.9 million shillings by false pretense. She appeared first, the court took plea, and she was given a cash bill of 500,000 Kenyan shillings. So in the subsequent court hearing, she absconded once, twice, 3 times, and then the court issued a warrant to arrest her. So she said she was sick. She had the form of cancer, which was supposed to be kind of counter-checked. Out of this warrant which was issued, she appeared in court. She appeared in court with an oxygen mask and a wheelchair. And the husband or the boyfriend, who is a cop now, accompanied her to the court. When the case number came up for hearing before the magistrate now canceled the bail terms which she had actually offered her because she had absconded the court sessions. She said she made a mistake by not coming to court. She could have sent a lawyer to court to kind of explain why she could not make it to court. So out of that, she said that the friend of her, the bail which she had been cancelled, so she said she should go back to jail. That's the point where the husband or the boyfriend got angry and drew a gun and saw that the magistrate tried once on the chest and the other one in the jaw.
Yeah, so Cyrus, just how are Kenyans or residents in Nairobi reacting to this very horrifying incident?
As you put it from the beginning, it's a shocking thing. It's the first one to happen in court. And so far, what we understand is that the court sessions was suspended in the court, affected, and the court users, including the court magistrates, today they held a meeting discussing the matter. They're saying they cannot they want the security to be assured. So there has been a kind of talks from the police saying they're ensuring their safety is guaranteed one way or the other. Kenyans are reacting to the same, saying it was wrong for the police enforcement to be allowed to deport with their guns. So it's an issue of now discussion all over in the country.
Mm. And I wonder how this portrays the police in Kenya, perhaps especially around public places. How does this place the police, the image of the police?
Well, it's a point of discussion. Today I had a conversation with the Inspector General of Police, and he was kind of defending the police, saying this is an isolated case, cannot be used to judge them or to say who they are. They have mechanisms, they are solving problems. If there's an issue regarding whatever you have in court, there's a way of solving. So police the public themselves have an opinion about the police, and they are saying it was wrong for the officer to shoot at the masjid, because he had a room to go and appeal at the High Court or the Court of Appeal. So these are various kind of varied opinions regarding the matter, because others are saying that the masjid needs to be kind of lenient on the woman because she was sick, and the others are saying no, the cop was wrong. So it's an opinion. Everyone is giving an opinion.
Well, it's a fine place to leave it. Kenyan journalist Cyrus Ombate, thanks indeed for bringing us up to speed. We'll check in with you again subsequently and get more updates as we get them.
Thank you for having me.
To other stories now. The President of the United Nations General Assembly, Dennis Francis, is in South Sudan for a 4-day visit to demonstrate support for ongoing efforts to consolidate peace, security, and development in that country. According to the UN, he's using the opportunity of the visits to further strengthen and foster cooperation between South Sudan and the UN, and also express support for the revitalized peace agreement and its full implementation. The president was welcomed by South Sudan's Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and an honor guard provided by Rwandese peacekeepers serving with the United Nations mission in South Sudan.
It's a mission of goodwill, but it is more than goodwill. It is a mission to let the people of South Sudan know that the United Nations have not forgotten you. We are not ignoring you. We will be here for the long haul. We know it will not be easy, but that will not detain us or detract us. We will be here with you, shoulder to shoulder, trying to get to the bottom of this so that your people can live their right to a peaceful civil life where their prospects, their individual prospects and ambitions can be achieved.
I'm very optimistic that this visit will be very fruitful. This visit will also, as I said, add positive impacts towards our ongoing and upcoming engagement with the United Nations family. Once again, I thank you on behalf of the government and the people of South Sudan, and we are looking forward to continue facilitating your visit, and we're looking forward also to continue engaging you, and we're looking forward to a fruitful, transparent, and productive, discussions between you and our leaders.
I'm hoping that my visit will elevate the level of attention that is given to the situation here in South Sudan, and therefore generate more in the way of international support, humanitarian and other support for the people who are, and it's always the ordinary people who pay the biggest price in conflicts. The first words of the Charter are, "We, the peoples of the United Nations." So the UN is about people, making people's lives better. And that is the commitment, I think, that brings us together.
Well, let's stay in the region as the UN Security Council has demanded that Sudanese paramilitary forces call off their 8-week siege of El Fasher, a city in the Darfur region where the fighting has sparked fears of a possible genocide. Sudan's army has been fighting the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, for more than a year in a civil war that has killed thousands and forced millions from their homes. El Fasher is the last major urban center in Darfur that remains in the hands of Sudan's army. The Security Council has also called for an immediate halt to the fighting and withdrawal of all troops from the city. The 15-member council adopted a British drafted resolution with 14 votes in favor, while Russia abstained.
The adoption of this resolution sends a clear message. The Council demands that the Rapid Support Forces immediately stop the siege of El Fasher and that all sides step back from the brink. An attack on the city would be catastrophic for the 1.5 million people sheltering in the city. This resolution underlines the need for full, rapid, safe and unhindered cross-border and cross-line humanitarian access. It calls on the Sudanese authorities to increase cooperation with UN agencies and to urgently reopen the Adre border to help facilitate a significant scale-up of humanitarian assistance.
And back here in Nigeria and protecting the youths, the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his wife, Dr. Ibijoke, are inspiring young boys to become leaders of change agents and avoid bad influence. Governor Sanwo-Olu was addressing over 250 boys from public and private schools during the opening of a 3-day residential workshop of the 2024 Boy-Child Initiative organized by the Office of the First Lady. The initiative underscores the need to nurture the next generation of leaders capable of driving meaningful societal change.
Some select Lagos secondary school students make their way into the Lagos House Marina for the 2024 Boy-Child Initiative, organized by the Office of the First Lady to awaken the boy child towards becoming a change agent. The opening session of the residential workshop for the boy child had in attendance the State Commander of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, representatives of the State Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu also stops by, surprising the gathering. Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, who initiated the program 3 years ago, explains why it is important for young boys.
We want to build a new generation of transformed male children who will contribute positively to the society. And this is the way we know best, that we have these workshops where we lock the children in, they interact with each other, they have seasoned facilitators that will give them a lot of information. Like our motto says, better informed we do best.
The issue of drug abuse, sexual and gender-based violence tops the discussion.
There is a study that was carried out in 2017. It's known as the National Drug Use Survey. That study revealed that 14.3 million Nigerians are on psychoactive substances. And out of that, we have 10.6 smoke or use cannabis. So please avoid them. Avoid circumstances that will make you use drugs.
Out of about 6,000 people that came forward to report, 3,008 of them are adults. And look at it, about 2,005 of them are children. In ending sexual and gender-based violence, you have a role to play. Boys can be abusers.
In addition to this, Governor Sanwo-Olu encourages them to embrace the values of responsibility and integrity.
Education is one. Your own self-belief in yourself is another. There's a lot of pressure on you. So you need to be able to calm down. You need to be able to say to yourself at 12, at 13, you can shape your brain, you can shape your thoughts, you can shape your ideas. You can say to yourself, I do not want to be part of a cultist camp. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. All you need to do is to have your head and your brain set into your dreams and into your target.
Some of the boys are happy to be a part of this mind-opening event.
If I can get adequate information, I can prevent myself from being an abuser and also a sexual abuse victim. And just because I'm a boy doesn't mean that I will always have to be an abuser. I can be a survivor instead.
Time to have some fun, and Mrs. Sanwo-Olu leads the students on a memorable train ride. The future leaders also visited a polyester recycler site in Mile 2, where waste is turned to wealth.
And finally, on the program, well, you're looking at the spectacular moment, the iconic landmark of Dubai, talking about the Burj Khalifa was illuminated in the colors of the Russian flag this week. Why, you may want to ask. It's all in the celebration of Russia Day, which is the national holiday of the Russian Federation. The skyscraper was adorned with the three colors of the Russian flag, red, blue, and white. The Burj Khalifa has been lit up several times in the past, most recently in late March, expressing the UAE's solidarity with Russia. Russia Day, celebrated on June 12th, is a national holiday in Russia that has been observed since 1992 to commemorate the declaration of the state of sovereignty of the Russian Federation, marking the end of the Soviet Union era. Really beautiful indeed, red, blue, and white, the colors of Russia. June 12th, well, it was a holiday in Russia, but also a holiday here in Nigeria. And that does it for us on the program for today and indeed this week. Thanks indeed for watching. I am Kelly Egiga. Sports News is next with Dominic. Bye now.